Kanga. White lettering or no? Let me know.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
What's up, guys? Welcome back again. So we got the new wheels and tires. You guys probably saw me unloading them. So we went ahead and got some slips. Nothing classic. So if you've been in the Honda game for like the past 10 years, you know this is like 10 years ago. This is really cool. Nothing like some 15x7 slips and some 205 5015. The Nittos. They look really good. Funny because like back then people say I got real Rotas, and now you can kind of make sense to say that. There's so many rip-offs of it, and because these are rip-offs of Rega Masters, obviously. So we're gonna put these on. Main reason why I got them is I'll show you guys real quick. If you guys not only look at the tire size, you got your speed rating, 89W. W is what you're looking for. These tires will go up to 168 miles an hour. And if you guys saw my race video last time, I had these little bastards on there. The car was going like this because these are rated at 113 miles an hour. So these will be a lot more stable at the higher speeds. And also I really love the classic look of the slips. And really excited to put these on. Still have the slicks. I was gonna put these Mickey Thompsons on 2 of these, but I decided just to go all 4, same size. So we'll get those on, and we're gonna also show you guys a couple other stuff that I got for the car to fix it so I can drive it. Roman, why'd you get reps? Let me explain something about Rotas. Car looks pretty good first off, and before I get into that, this is wheel gap is not going away because this is a drag car, and in order to fit those, the height has to be pretty high. So Rotas are flow formed, kind of like Inky, or RPF ones are flow formed, believe it or not. People spend double on those. These are flow formed, just like Koenig is flow formed. So these are probably one of the best reps you can get. They're not Rega Masters, they're not forged, but they're pretty strong wheels. I'd rather have these over a cast wheel, right? So good price, and they're in the Philippines, not that Chinese crap. So in case you guys are wondering why I went with Rota, these are the OG reps. That's all I gotta say. I wish I got 16s though. Our next thing we're gonna go over as far as what this car, what it needs. So I have the cold side off, obviously. Like I said, there's a stripped hole. I bought the proper drill bit and the tap, and we're just gonna go over, the process of fixing the threads. We're gonna take this drill bit, boom, drill that hole out, which is what the tap requires. And we're gonna tap it, put the heel coil in, put the bolt in, and I put marks on here because the turbo was clocked, and I don't want to have to re-clock it while it's on because the oil line blocks one of the bolts. So go ahead and clock it where you want it, tighten some of these bolts, and it seems like it'd be the best thing to do, remove the turbo and finish tightening your bolts. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and obviously we'll go over this gasket as soon as we're done. This is a really thick ass gasket. Thing's freaking heavy, dude. Trying to get that seal, you feel? All right, another day. We're fixing the turbo today. So we're gonna start by taking our 21/64 drill bit, and we're gonna drill this hole. It's important to drill, obviously drill straight, go slow, and you guys have a way of clamping your, whatever part you're drilling and tapping, clamp it down, especially if you're like kind of new at this. I'm just gonna hold it with a hand and go ahead and drill and try to do it. So we'll see. So like I was saying, we're gonna take our drill bit, boom, drill it nice and straight, and we're gonna tap it. So I'm gonna do it off camera. So like I said, drill it straight. It's important to drill it straight, and find a way to clamp it down. If you have a vise, even better. But I'm just gonna do it right here real quick. Drill this out. Use like some kind of oil or cutting oil or WD-40, And this is just aluminum, so you should be okay. You don't need to put any kind of oil in here, but it does help any other type of metals cut smoother. But the process we're doing is going to be the same whether it's steel, aluminum, whatever, at least those metals. And we're just fixing a thread. As you can see, this one's pretty bad. So there we go, drilled out straight as I can get it. That hole's obviously bigger. The point is we're going to drill it big so we can tap this and put a helicoil in it, and helicoil will adapt it to the proper bolt size. And it'll create new threads, basically. So that's the whole goal. Drill a little bit, back the bit out, clean, kind of shake the aluminum out of there. Go again, shake the aluminum, do it till you kind of bottom out. You'll see my bit kind of left some scratches. That's indicating that we are at the bottom. You don't want to drill any more than you have to, because I don't know how much more this will take. I'm sure it can take a little more, but my bolts aren't super long. So drill till you hit the bottom, the factory bottom. And now we're going to use a little bit of cutting oil or some WD-40 when I cut the threads. Came with a little handle with the square in here, and that will go right on top of the tap. And we're just going to cut really straight, just like you're drilling. Use a little bit of WD-40 and you should cut it pretty smooth. Back out, go down, back out, kind of in and out, clean it out, shake it out. Just something you gotta take your time on. No need to rush through it. It's not a race. We've got all night, all day, beautiful day. So go ahead and do that. So as you can see, I've got, it cuts pretty effortlessly. Kind of back up a little bit, make sure your tap's straight. We're just gonna twist a few turns, back it out, shake any kind of aluminum out, twist, and go cut deeper this time, and just repeat that process till you feel it bottoming out, and you don't force it. Once you feel a good amount of tension, take the tap out, clean it out, and we'll put the helicoil in. So there you go. All right, we got the tap to bottom out. Don't force it. You feel it tighten. You don't want to cause any more damage, because the point of this is to repair the thread, not turn it back to shit. So if you know how to read, you can also look at these directions on the back of this. Obviously we're going to be putting the helicoil in now, and there's a little nub on the bottom of this thing. There's a little cutout right here. You will twist the helicoil in, you will break the bottom off, and you'll be done with your thread repair. And we can put this back on. Yay! One more little added thing. So I got the helicoil. Why is it doing that? I got the helicoil in here. You can go ahead and deburr these ridges. Just, why not? Be neat with your work. We're going to slap it back onto the turbo. I made my marks so we can clock it accordingly. And these bolts, when you guys tighten them, you don't need to, reef on them. You don't need to, put your impact up to it or anything like that. Just tighten them, snug them down, give one little tiny crank, and bam, you're good. So what I meant by deburring it is knock down that high part. The sticks and sandpaper. You don't need to sit there and just go to town on it and just dig into your turbo. When you do that, just don't do that, dude. You don't need to just don't. Go smooth at this, take your time. And also, if you notice, I cleaned a little bit of the inside. You can go ahead and try to clean around this. Just don't touch these really hard. I didn't even touch it like that, but dude, I'm barely touching it. It feels like tinfoil. Like, dude, don't ruin your shit. Just put it back together nice. Alrighty. You notice there's like a little O-ring around here, but it wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of oil on there. You don't want to rip that either. So another little tip for your ass. Be really careful when you're sending the turbo in there. Don't destroy those fins like I mentioned earlier. They're like paper thin, and I don't want to imagine damaging those. Line up your marks, put your bolts in, and you're done. I'm just joking. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. All right, so successfully tightened everything on this turbo. Just look around the turbo, make sure the little lip where the unit of the turbo sits into the cold side of the housing, make sure it's all even around it, make sure it's clean. Don't destroy these bolts and these threads. They're really short bolts. There's plenty of thread. I mean, I don't know if you can put longer bolts in it. You probably would have stronger threads and less chance of you stripping it, but I just using the ones it came with and just give them a good snug. Give them a good tug. Now we're gonna go ahead and just throw the turbo kit back on the car. You guys see me do it a million times. I'm just gonna be putting the new gasket in. The orientation of the gasket doesn't really matter a whole lot. I'm gonna put the bulge side out. Same with the new gasket that I got for this flange as well. It'll crush, from my understanding. It'll crush and it'll be nice and flush, it'll be good to go. So let's get that back on, start the car up, we're going for a test drive. When you see how those wheels feel on, we see how the car looks like on the outside. Catch you guys in a minute. Alright, so we're driving the car back home. Second time I drove it to work. It's a little warm out, but not bad. A good day to drive the car actually, and I can't tell if it's smelling any more exhaust or not, so we're gonna check it for cracks or any broken studs or anything that came loose. Seems to be working pretty well, that copper gasket. I'll go over that gasket one more time for you guys in case you guys are having issues with your manifold flange being bent or just you can't seal a leak on your manifold or your header. So things are running good. Yeah, pretty reliable. I think it's going to be one of the last times I take the car to work, so I'm happy about that. We get the car back next week. But let's get this thing home and then we'll check out the engine, if anything is leaking. So it looks like the gasket's holding up. There's no char marks, no hardware missing. Nothing's cracked. It's looking good. Hell yeah, I like seeing that. The gasket looks nice and shiny still. So yeah, as you can see, the gasket's holding up. It's sealing pretty well. So the manifold is warped, and if you guys are going through this issue where your manifold is warped or you keep blowing out studs or you keep cracking your manifold, this might be an option for you. Part number 7230. It's a Mr. Gasket copper gasket. Seals pretty good, and I've driven it to work a few times already on it, and I'm having zero problems, so I'm glad that that's solved. There she is right there. I just drove to work today, like I said. So yeah, you do have to tighten it and kind of just keep evenly, just kind of crush it down, torque it down, kind of keep going at it until you can tighten that gap as much as possible. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment. If you guys learned something from this video, if you got something from this video, hopefully I helped you guys with it. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share the video, and let's just get this channel growing. Thank you guys for watching.